Mic check.
All right, we live.
I ain't got nothing in my earphones.
I ain't got nothing either, my brother.
Stand by. I heard nothing.
Check.
Check my check. I ain't got nothing in my.
Yeah, man. Uh, you heard that. Check. Yeah, I don't know. I think we good, man. I think
I
we good, brother.
Nah, we ain't good, but we gonna do the best that we can. I have nothing in my headphones. I can't hear anything, and the whole purpose of it is to keep timing and make sure it's not a delay in there. So I don't know what they hearing out there, but we got a show to do, so I'm gonna do the best that I can.
Yeah.
uh, I'm your man's Mikey Justice, and my man Phil trying to get it together over there on the ones and twos, y'all. But anyway, the date will be April the 30th, 2025. And you know what that means? That no, that ain't what it means. No, some of y'all like it means that tomorrow is April the 31st. Nope. It means tomorrow's the first of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could wait, but well, we might have to wait. I was gonna try to give them a good old show, man. Got a lot of stuff we want to try to get off into.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I don't know how it's gonna play out. So with that being said,
Let's see here, my brother.
oh, look at that.
Let's get that going.
Well, first thing I like to do is just welcome all my followers who like to keep in touch with your boy and always watch me on a daily basis. I appreciate everybody for watching, and I like to show a little bit of love to my first time followers, people that's watching the Mikey Justice show for the first time. Uh, we just a podcast for the people. We like to just talk about anything that's worth talking about. We don't like to be too serious, We try to talk about anything that matters. So anything that's worth talking about, we talk about it. Before I get started, man, like I say, what's up to everybody watching, family, friends, and everybody out there. Uh, Shout out to my Classical Junior Academy Cougars as always. My Sumner High School Bulldogs and my people over at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, past and present.
Yeah.
First thing, I like to check on the local news and the local scene and see what's going on around here.
Yeah, man.
Getting a little bit of sound, but I ain't getting nothing from my mic.
I guess we'll figure out what that's about.
Yeah, man, I seen some disturbing news the other day. 18-year-old young lady, man, they say she was dancing on the back of a car and she ended up falling off and a fire truck rolled over her and killed her.
Yeah, I heard about that. Crazy.
Yeah, man. What really disturbed me about the whole situation is that we ready to turn up and it ain't even got hot yet. And
Mm-hmm.
I understand, ain't nothing wrong with living your life, living your best life and having fun, but taking a ride of your life, you know what I'm saying, doing something just to kick it for a couple of minutes and not
Mm-hmm.
be here to tell about it later or the next day,
Yeah.
it ain't worth it to me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
And then you could like you say, ain't nothing wrong with living your life, man. And people I think back to myself, it's a lot of stuff that I've done that, wasn't the exact right thing to do, but you never think that's gonna be your last time doing it. You know what I'm saying?
no, I remember a situation like that in the neighborhood. This was like early 90s back when we were going to like grade school and high school. I
Mm-hmm.
remember and we showing our age because I remember when the Cavaliers and stuff was first coming out. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember these young ladies, they were just all super excited to ride with these young guys because they had the new Cavalier or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing them, they was hitting the block and they were doing donuts and they were just going around the corner and stunting and coming back around. And I remember like after about the fourth or fifth time they hit the block with the erratic driving, they ended up having to swerve around a truck and then they got into a really bad accident.
Mm.
Uh, I don't know if you even remember that accident. That was one of the old school friends, Reggie, when his father, Richard, had got into an accident out
Mm-hmm.
there on Marcus. Yeah, but anyway, the the young men that were driving the car, they hopped out, they ran, and they had left the young lady. She was stretched out. She was gone.
Wow.
Well, one of the ladies that was young ladies that was in the car with them.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the people jumped out and they just left her, man. And I was like, wow. And I mean, it just happened so fast. I remember like a few minutes before they were walking up the street, the little young ladies doing their thing, the little young guys were, hanging all out the window, stunting, driving,
Mm-hmm.
doing their little thing. And then the next couple of minutes, somebody gone and their life is, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I was
Definitely
like,
does.
wow, man, just, all of that just to take a ride. We remember back in the day, like when the Chargers and stuff was first coming out, and remember how like chicks was just gassed up when one of the homies would pull up in the Charger.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never seen nothing like that. They just be amazed by it,
Yeah.
And I
Just
guess,
want to be in the charge, in the mix, in yeah, I guess,
you know, even the young the young cousins that ended up dying on social media. The one cousin that shot the other cousin, they were neighbors to me at one of my old places. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, like keeping it real going wrong. Like all of that stuff, man, these youngsters think that it's all about that. I don't know if it's the music and, like they say, it being glamorized so much on social media, man. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they so quick to want to, run to that life. You hear me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you just steady exposing bull crap and violence and sex and all that other stuff in front of them all the time, man, they ain't gonna know nothing different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They levitate to it. They love it. They love that mess and that drama. And I don't get it, man, because like I said, it ain't worth your last day on earth.
Nah, not to me.
And the parents were her. I think they were her parents, but the family of the young 18-year-old girl, they wanted to just not let her life be in vain and just use this as a teaching tool for these youngsters and tell them the same thing. And that was the reason why I chose to bring it up today. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing that they're doing, continue their work, use my platform to try to let these people know, you know what I'm saying? Look before you leap, think before you get out here and just start doing stuff. You hear me?
Right.
Because you never know. It's consequences and repercussions, like they say. You just can't do everything and it's not worth it. It's a reason why riding on top of your car is illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
It's a reason why they have certain laws and things to protect people and protect you and regular citizens out here. Laws with guns, traffic laws. You got to obey that stuff. And when you stop doing them, you're going to see things like this happen. You're going to see the results
Right.
of those laws.
Why they said don't do that,
Yeah. Sad, man. Sad. I just hate to see our young people go out like that, man.
Yeah.
A lot of it is that pressure to fit in and be hip. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't choose to go that way when I was younger, man. I just tried to be my own person, do my own thing, and just let it be what it is. But
Right.
some people, they can't do it, man. They have to fit in with the crowd and do whatever they feel popular. But anyway, man, moving on. Did you get a chance to check out that NFL draft?
I did a little bit of it, man.
Yeah, this guy, what's his name?
Armand Membu.
Armand Membu, when number 7
Yeah.
out of Old Mizzou.
Mm-hmm.
You say what position? You say he
Offensive tackle.
offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, 7th out of what? What is like 150,
something.
200 picks or something?
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Of course, you seen your boy Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Big time wide
touchdown
receiver
Luther.
out of Mizzou, man. He went 39th overall to the most Chicago Bears. I thought that was a real good pick
Yeah, that was
for him. And then they need receivers, and I'm used to them having that kind of like that tall type of guy, them Justin Cage and what's his name, Brandon Marshall type days. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be a good fit for them.
I do too, because he's physical, man, and tough to bring down. Like I was looking at his highlights, man, and when this guy is 10 yards out, you might as well count it, because you not bringing him down with no ordinary tackle. He gonna find a way.
I mean, these last couple of years, he looked really good to me. That first year, I thought it was a lot of hype. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought that he was a decent player, but I never thought, he got that name, image, and likeness deal and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he was a little bit overrated. I didn't see so many of the spectacular plays that I was expecting somebody of his caliber, because I know he was like a 3 or 4 star recruit
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. But these last 2 years, man, I seen him really make some big plays.
Yeah.
And I was just surprised, because when Mizzou switched to the SEC and playing teams like Alabama, I was expecting them to get ate up all the time.
Right.
Because they weren't really that good at football. You know what I'm saying? So I think just to amping up the level of competition to make the whole program better.
Yeah. Because I mean, when you get into a conference like that, everybody can't go to Alabama, everybody can't go to Auburn, or LSU or whatever, what have you. So if you get an opportunity to play against that top-notch competition,
you're gonna get better,
and
you eventually gonna start getting some better players.
Exactly.
Everybody can't go to Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Luther Burden, 39th pick. I thought that's pretty high, you know what I'm saying? But he was projected to go in the first round. And what's so messed up, man, is like, why are these people sliding so bad? Because I know that was just like overshadowed the whole draft.
Mm-hmm.
With Shedeur Sanders going in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Man, you had people like Mel Kiper and all them. They was just like straight disgusted, man. They was like
that, because that was just total crap.
Yeah, I mean, because it made them look like they were fools. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These are people who've been draft experts and been breaking down the whole draft for the last 30 years.
Right.
So when they say that somebody is the number 1 quarterback, number 1 or number 2 pick on that board, and they slide all the way down to the 5th round, come on, man. They're not stupid. They know that there's some politics that has something to do with that.
It's some crap in the game.
But why so far? Why did he drop so far?
Well, I think like we'll have that clip, but Deion Sanders is saying that there were some teams that just didn't have a chance. Like if they did draft him, he wasn't gonna play for them. Yeah,
and do you think that made some people just get scared? But you hear all the little, false narratives, man. You heard people talking about that he had this whole super messed up attitude, and I never really saw that.
I don't believe it.
No, I don't think so either. That's another thing that I would have to say to Deion Sanders' credit. I don't think that him being a professional athlete, star, and playing a position like quarterback, I don't think his father would allow him to be
exactly
that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I would think he would advise him otherwise.
Yeah, and then Deion Sanders is his father, so if you look at how Deion Sanders handled his team and
just his business, period.
Yeah, that I don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it. Fake news. But we do have a clip that we was gonna put together, man. I think he was on Tamron Hall's show, but to me they kind of blackballed him, tried to do him like they did LeBron James. You know, for the longest, people was like, why Deion Sanders ain't getting that same amount of flack or whatever they say for getting his sons on and everything that they were giving LeBron. And for a long time, they left him alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't get the LeVar Ball treatment and all of that. And I thought it was because people know the strong character that Deion Sanders got, and they was too afraid that he would clap back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think when the draft finally came around, I think a lot of the Deion Sanders haters that wanted to try to knock him down for the longest took the opportunity the same way they be doing with Bronny. You know, I hate it because it's always I'm talking to you and I'm talking. Well, talk about him and talk about his game. When you got on his son, you're not talking to him
right
or about him. You talking about his son. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what kind of happened with Shedeur. To me, it was like the people who couldn't humble Deion Sanders as much as they felt like he should be, or knock him down a little bit, took the opportunity. Yeah. And then how much you think the prank phone call situation played a part in it? I think it had something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing, man.
I think he wouldn't have dropped so much. I think it started to be a game and it got funny and people started using it more and more that's what I think Cause man, you should have heard Booger McFarland. He called him out. He was like, "Man, that's an important moment, you know, and you don't need that type of foolishness to overshadow somebody's big day. You're some punk on the internet trying to get likes and clicks,
right? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He thought it was a straight sucker move.
Yeah, I ain't know what that was about, and that was that was an organization. That was Atlanta or somebody. Like what, you know what I'm saying? Why would you even?
Well, to me, bro. I go all the way back to like Kaepernick and everything. To me, it was just maybe a little bit of hidden racism or something in there. It was something funny in there. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's like, why would you, it's just one of them things you don't touch to me. Why, being a professional, a head of an organization, if you had any involvement in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like going on the internet and messing with a little kid mind and tricking them and having them going through all kind of mess. It's just something you just don't touch, Yeah. But
very, very sad and mean and
hopefully
terrible.
When we run this clip, man, people can understand what we were saying about, it might have been just a little bit of people trying to throw some shade at Deion Sanders and they kind of took it out on his son. Roll it.
Team does not pick him, that you will intervene.
That's my son. It's almost like you got a child that's going into an occupation that you already dominated in. Like, come on. And you don't think I'm not gonna sit there like a navigational system and tell him take a right there, take a left right there, take a not that, not that. Oh no. Like, that's who I'm called to address, my son. I'm not going to let my son get down in no foolishness.
But you and I both know these coaches, these owners, right? You've been in the rooms.
Right.
The owners, billionaire owners,
yes,
will often say, well, this is a young man who should be making his own decisions. He's got this helicopter dad.
Not my son. And we ain't in no helicopter. Yeah. We definitely ain't in no helicopter.
Giants are you're in it. So have you told him privately who you would like for him to play for?
It's not like that.
Okay.
Like, it's not like who I would like for him to play for. It's a couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. So it's not like that. But this is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's behind the curtain and what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it.
And if he doesn't listen to you?
Who?
Yeah, that was the end of it.
Huh?
I said that was the end of it.
Man. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, man. That looked like a man that's trying to do his job and be a father.
Yeah.
I don't get it because, when you look like us, man, you always, you hear about that, what we go through with that father being absent in our life. You know what I'm saying? So when you got one that's willing to try to step up, lead lead the horse to water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be that kind of father for their kid, get them guidance and direction, and be part of their life. I don't know how can you really do anything to try to knock that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It's like like they say, you damn if you do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get all this slack and all this bull crap for all these black fathers and black men not stepping up and wanting to be a part of their kid life. Then when they try to put them on so they could do something, have generational wealth, give them a future, they get to the shreds. You know, oh, you such a bad father. You're doing this, you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? We make jokes about it, but come on, man, it's real.
Right.
How foolish is that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We turn on the news every day, and it's people out here that straight up raping and molesting their kids and doing all kind of stuff to them. But you'll have social media that'll tear down a black father and act like him looking out for his kid is the worst thing in the world, the worst thing that he can do.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I don't get it. Man.
Well, you know what my thoughts is on that. They don't want him to be protective so they can try to take advantage of him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's
they're just the times we living in with social media. Because like we said, man, these same people that they be condemning, if they wasn't in their kids' life or doing nothing, they'll be getting all the for that. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you got all these dollars, kid out here struggling. Oh, he ain't got nothing. Oh, he do this. Yeah. Oh, look at Brownie working at McDonald's. Just straight up. So I don't know, man. But you being the old football connoisseur and the coach, man, what kind of career do you honestly think this young man is going to end up having?
I think he's going to have a great career.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a reason why they had him as the best quarterback on the board.
Yeah.
So what happened between that time and now that all of a sudden he ain't good no more?
They know.
Even
better.
if it's your attitude, they don't change your ability to throw that ball, do it?
Nah, they know better, and it ain't his attitude.
No, it's not his attitude, but
yeah.
If they want that to be the reason, I'm like, okay, no, that's the reason. Well, but what does that have to do with his ability? You know what I'm saying? We can go down a list of people who didn't have the best attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John Morant done got fined a billion times. You hear me? For making stupid decisions. Right. What they got to do with it? He still jump out the gym and everything else. I can fix your attitude.
Yeah.
I
guess that's what they call themselves doing.
I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
To take a few dollars out of what they think is his pocket. You hear me? But I don't think it's taking nothing out of his pocket.
No.
Because people that support people like that, they ain't doing nothing but going online and buying nothing but Shedeur Sanders merchandise. Yeah. Just like they did Bronny. He sucked, yeah. Lakers don't give a rat's. He made them $50 million before he scored any points. So if he can halfway play a little bit of basketball, they have struck gold. You hear me? Man. And I think the same thing is going to happen with this young man. From a marketing standpoint in business, man, when they left him out there like that, I would have snatched him so quick.
Yeah, I would have. But, like that video said, it's probably Deion saying, nope, no, you don't. Because, certain organizations are not good for developing talent.
Well, man, I ain't never messed up about it because my favorite guy, the Mamba,
yeah,
he said he ain't playing in no small market. Right. I go to Duke, go to college or somewhere if that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. I'm ready to test my skills on the highest level.
Yeah,
and make money that people that do what I do make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame him.
Yeah.
Can't blame him.
Say you can draft me if you want to. I ain't coming.
I don't know if it was the first game tonight, man, or it's the second game. But those Lakers down 3-1.
Yeah, man.
And if they lose tonight, they are going fishing.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
don't do it.
At 40 years old, man, as a basketball fan, we have to come to grips that with tonight might be Mr. LeBron James's last game.
Right.
I hope that these haters don't run my man's up out the game. He got enough in the tank and he has paid his dues to the point that I hope that he call his own shot.
Yeah.
And decide when he ready. Mm-hmm. I think he easily got a couple of good years left in him.
I think he got 1 or 2 more good years in him playing at the top of his game like he is now.
I say he could be a pro for 4 or 5 more years if he wanted to, but at the top playing at an elite level, I would say he definitely probably got a good year or two left of that.
Yep.
But at the same time, with all the hate that he get, man, and everybody always telling he wanted to be all about him and get all the shine, I can easily see him not doing that old farewell tour and not saying anything. And if they lose tonight, maybe, you know, talk with his family or whatever. Only thing that might keep him around if he really trying to bust a hater's head and wait till he play with Bryce. Because I get Bryce maybe 1 or 2 years and he out of there too.
Wow. Because this his senior year now?
He going to Arizona this next year.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. He'll be a freshman at Arizona. So I'm saying I see him playing 1 to 2 years at Arizona. If he stay dedicated, it ain't gonna take 4 years for him to figure out if he a pro.
Right.
If he there, he gonna be there by next year or that next year. Or the following year. And with him carrying that James name, somebody gonna give him. All he gotta do is just want it. If he put his name in there, somebody's gonna pick him up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't surprise me if tonight is LeBron's last game, but he might be, you know what I'm saying, ready to bust the haters' head for real and just ride it all the way out till you get a chance to play with Bronny and Bryce. You hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, if they hating on him now for playing with one of his sons,
right?
You know, because LeVar Ball could say whatever he want to say, he ain't getting out there with Lonzo. LeVar Ball was about 60.
Yeah, and then I think he lost a leg or something like that.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I heard something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, his hooping days is over.
Wow. Is that right? LeVar Ball. Okay, so yeah, so LeBron is still the only one that has a chance to play with multiple sons.
Right.
So we'll see if he gonna stick around and do it, man.
Not at the YMCA.
But yeah, for that reason, man, I decided to give my man some mic justice tonight. I don't care if everybody hate LeBron James and people don't hate him as much as they say. You hear me?
Right.
Usually all the people that be on social media talking about they hate him got some type of name that I couldn't even begin to pronounce. So it don't matter.
Right.
But anyway, man, 22 years, man, of being on top of his game. Oh, he called himself the GOAT. He did this and that. I mean, you can say whatever you want. The man probably did put a lot of pressure on himself with some of the things that he said, but they put a lot on him too. He came in with a whole lot on him. You hear me?
Right.
And to be able to live up to that hype and do his thing and be on top of his game for 22 years. If this is his last game, man, I, as a basketball fan, get to say I appreciate you, LeBron James, and I got to watch 20-some years of greatness. You hear me?
For sure.
So all y'all that's ready for him to go away so bad, don't want to see no more LeBron James, this is what you might be missing. You got that clip ready for him?
I got it ready.
Roll it.
Walker to Neal. To shoot. Parker spread the heat. Oh, what a block from James! Throws it back at Splitter, who is ready to dunk. On the dribble. It's going to be James. Here it is. See, it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Oh, good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
And a different way to score coming off baseline swing.
Oh, he does it again. Throws it right up to the rim. James comes flying in from the right corner.
Steelers there to get the fresh 14 to the Lakers.
LeBron! Look out below!
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
In fact, somebody just spilled a beer all over us. We're good.
The lead is 3. Love, LeBron, and got it! Bakes it in! Wow. I told you, Kevin, you gotta guard that man. He just hit 3 3-pointers earlier in the game. That looked like 14-13, Portland back in front. LeBron turned the corner inside! He made Yusuf Nurkic's screensaver! 15-14! The Kevlar bench is...
Rashard Lewis playing off the ball. Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer as the Cavaliers have proven out to tie the series and won a miraculous
makes his move. Drives to the rim. Oh, it's blocked by James. Timeout Cleveland. 3 seconds left. Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds. 1 second for the win. Oh! LeBron James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
Jason Terry, good defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, James! Whoa!
Now it looked like he jumped out of the mezzanine to dunk this ball. Just watch as they lay it up there. Watch this. Woo.
Inside, floats it up, misses. Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
Oh my goodness. Great pass by Curry, running hard by Iguodala.
Yeah, man.
Man, that was just 3 minutes of greatness.
Yeah.
Man.
Undeniable.
Man. LeBron James.
Yeah.
This is for you. That's for you, LeBron.
I don't
Hey,
care if you don't like him.
man, that dude been outstanding, bro. LeBron James. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
And with that being said, man, since this might be his last game in honor of the old king, man, I said we never get a chance to give people a chance to call in and open up them phone lines. So what we're gonna do is in 2 weeks, we'll do the Saturday that we usually record the Everybody Don't Hate LeBron. We'll just do a taping of the Mikey Justice show. And that following Wednesday, we'll go live. So in 2 weeks, y'all, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we'll go live for an hour. For all y'all haters, we'll open up the line and let y'all make y'all case for y'all man MJ, or do all the LeBron hating that you want to do. So in 2 weeks, y'all, and that give you time to get all your little material together, right, and all your little clips and everything you want to do that's real cute. Because in 2 weeks, we going all access. We going all LeBron. Yes, LeBron live in 2 weeks? Yes, sir. You know, we got to get into the business, man, 45. But before I do that, man, got a few little things that I wanted to discuss with the people. One of them was, of course, LeBron. We're going to do the live show, LeBron, in 2 weeks. So anybody that want to call in, be a part of that, it's going to go down 7:30 to 8:30 Central Time. What day is that, man? So today is the 30th. So that would be.
So let's see. 2 weeks from today, that would be the 14th.
That would be May the 14th. We will be going live for an hour. All access LeBron. Another thing, man, that I was going to talk about, man, last week we announced that we got the non-for-profit going, the People Without Prejudice. Man, and basically when we got the whole thing set up, man, I explained to the people that we were going to basically try to become a community organization. They always say that, a lot of things happen around here because people don't have resources. So with support of my viewers and my followers, I hope to be those resources that the people around here need. Like I said, I had a lady who said she would support me and donate money to me getting my business going, in food truck, if I was to do some things like give meals to homeless and all that. I had already showed her the receipt that I've been doing it for a while now, but I promised her that if she would support me, I definitely would have no problem giving out several meals to homeless people and things like that, Yeah. And I'm gonna have different promotions where I'm giving away free food for people that do reviews, because you got to get something out of it, man. And I hope to try to make them as honest and transparent as possible, because I can't stand it, man. Like a lot of people that I see online that do those reviews, they look so pre-rehearsed. You know, I can stand behind my product. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't right, you know, hopefully that person will explain what they did or didn't like about it, and I can try to make it better. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do it, man. In the coming weeks, we're gonna try to post all the information about the not-for-profits, see if we can get some support going out there. I'm gonna challenge my people, man. You know, share it, like it, hit the button, you know, do whatever you can. Like Tennessee Brando and a few other people say, man, support don't cost you nothing. You hear me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would ask you to send stars, and we got that stuff set up. But if you don't choose to, show your support by just giving it a like. What else is there? To subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. Just do anything you can to support the movement. I don't always be feeling like I got a lot of time, man, to explain to the people what's the whole purpose of me and the show. But when I get done, man, I want to do everything. I'm just trying to brand myself. Like I was talking about Big Bo. If y'all ever heard of her, Big Bodacious, check her out online. She just opened her own recording studio. She does modeling. She does music. She does podcasts. She just has her hand in everything. And I just think that's what social media should be about. If you got talent, put it on display. Let the whole world see it. And that's what I've been trying to do, man. That's why you never see me like put my eggs all in one basket. I never sit there all day and just talk about my food truck. You know what I'm saying? Right, the people that know, they know. And I'm also excited to mention that in the coming weeks, I should have a new truck that's more modernized, and I'll be able to serve my people even better. Better food, better products, just everything, the whole movement. And once I get all the information up there, I'm just going to ask everybody for their support. And you know what I was saying, man? I was like, I'm going to start at 50 cents, bro. You hear me? The same thing that you get one of these bums out here panhandling or one of these people that you know finna go get high and get on these opioids. They come out and ask you got 50 cents, you got $1 piece. So that's where I'm starting at 50 cents, a hardworking man, not just no bum, and a person that's willing to give back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you help me in the long run, it's going to help you or help somebody else who really need it. But like I said, 50 cents, and all those people who really love me, I'm going to ask those people for $1. And you know how I say it. And all y'all that really love me, family and friends, y'all might want to do $2. So that'll be some 50 cents to some of these people who claim they support me, but ain't got it to do it. You can offset some of them. You hear me? Right. By showing me a little bit of love and support. 50 cents or $1, man. Just a little bit. And they won't even put that much money in my pocket because I only got 6,000 followers. Right. So like I was talking about your boy, what's his name? Ashreal Nafardi or whatever. The guy that tonight. Yeah, the old chef, man. Like I said, bro, the dude got 300,000 followers. You hear me? Yeah. I said, if y'all could do $1, because you already support him, you watch all his videos, you like his food, he would probably get out of his kitchen cooking and get him a restaurant if he had the funds to do it. You hear me? And I don't know what he would do for the public, but he got a big family because there's somebody always walking up in there. Right. I want some of everything.
I want some of everything.
I always see him pass plates, but I never seen nobody pass him no money. So somebody paying for it. You hear me? Yeah. But like I said, man, if his 300,000 followers would just support him with 50 cents, that would give him $150,000. Right. Put a big chunk into him setting himself up
and doing his thing.
Yes, sir. And then I said, if they was to give $1, 300,000 followers, that's $300,000. Now I know some people be like, oh, well, we should fund him, support that or this and that. Hey, same reason Luigi Mangi only got $5 million for his defense, because in somebody's mind, he's still a human and he has the right to a fair trial. So if you can support somebody that's on trial for murder, right, then I'm pretty sure you could give 50 cents to somebody who's trying to bless his family and feed people and do good things. Yeah, so that's what I plan to do in the next couple of weeks, man. Really try to get my fundraiser going, put out some short videos to let y'all know what my show is about. But I want to be different with my podcast. I just want to be on a whole nother platform. Everybody else, man, and I don't knock nobody. Y'all could cuss, you could drink, you could smoke. I be trying to give them that real, man, and be grown with them, but not make it so vulgar and so disgusting and all that, man. But still make it like we real guys, we real people. And we just, just sitting here having real talk. That's what it should be about, man. Podcast, when I think about it, man, I'm like, everybody talking about something. What make you stand out or make yours different than anybody else's? For one, because even things like politics, man. I try to tackle everything, even subjects that I feel are taboo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as much as we try to avoid politics, religion, and all that other stuff, man, it's part of our everyday life. You cannot get away from it. You hear me?
Yeah.
You probably living a lie, and you probably don't really understand the times that you're living in if you're trying to avoid those type of topics. There's no way you can. They are part of your everyday life.
Right.
If you care about, and then like I said, even if it ain't all about you, some of this stuff that's going on with the tariffs, people getting laid off, people getting deported, it has affected somebody you know.
Right.
One of your family members, one of your coworkers, somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's okay to try to stand up for what you feel is right. Use your voice, help people out. It ain't got to be all about me, man. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I want to use my platform to be able to do wonderful things. And I know that I can't do it all by myself.
Right.
So I'm asking people, you know what I'm saying? I said I'm going to make sure I use that word. I'm not trying to solicit. I'm not trying to fool you. I'm not trying to beg you. I'm not trying to kiss your butt. I'm trying to ask you to support me, a good person and a good cause. And I hope that, like, brother, you and other people will leave comments. You know what I'm saying? When I try to do these reviews, step up, say something on my behalf, because I don't want people to think that it's all about me. You know, let everybody tell it they great.
Right.
So, you know, it might hit a little bit.
Especially some people.
Who are you referring to? I'll just say his name.
You know, some people just think they're the greatest, you know. And
well, I was just being a little bit sarcastic when I said that. I mean, you know, in some people's eyes, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I don't want to be the person just because I keep on saying that I can make everything great and put on a nice red hat that you might like. I want to be out here actually doing the work and making it great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So hopefully, man, once we get rolling, we can really get some support out here. Like I said, you don't have to wait. You don't need nobody's permission. You can get it started tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By hitting that button, showing it some love, sharing it, tell somebody about it, man. We gonna do some, man. We gonna dream big, bro. We gonna do some big stuff. You hear me?
Yeah, why not?
Man, look, I got 2 weeks to try to take this thing to the next level. I was thinking about putting something out there as far as this show, but we gonna keep that cat in the bag, man. But hey, if I can do what I think that I can do, I'm finna try to get something big cracking for this show.
Right on.
Yes, sir. Before we move on, I was gonna ask you about relationships, man, and we might have to get back into it next week because we don't have a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying? But I was thinking about one of my old coworkers, man, and I was like, bro, she just had a baby with one of my partners. And I felt kind of messed up about it because I was like, man, I remember when the guy that, well, I wouldn't say that we the best of friends, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't my enemy either. Right. But I asked her, I said, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't really care if it's my friend or not. He used to talk to her best friend. You hear me?
Okay.
So, and I know this because, you know, I was around and I saw things with my own eyes. You hear me?
Yeah.
And one day, all out the blue, out of all of us working together for the last 10, 15 years, he decides to tell her that he having this itch and he feeling her a little bit. And she sucks it up. She eats it all up and everything else. And now all of a sudden they have a baby together and all this and that. So I asked her, I say, how does your best friend feel about you messing with a guy that she used to mess with? You hear me? And she was like, well, they never had any relations. They didn't do this and they didn't do that. And I was like, well, I got mutual friends and I remember the situation because, not to put anybody on blast, her best friend is married already. So she shouldn't have been messing with old boy either.
Right.
So I don't know if the messiness is because you really can't tell on me because you shouldn't have been messing with him anyway.
There's no way.
Or whatever. But this guy, when he first started working with us, man, they just thought he was the cutest thing walking. You hear me? And it's so funny, bro, because I'm not even going to lie to you. I heard some of the males that used to work with me.
Wow.
Recognize or acknowledge how fine they thought that this brother was. You hear me?
That's out of pocket.
Yeah, bro. You know some of that amen. Remember I be talking about the cat on that Clarence and so far.
Yeah.
This dude was him in the flesh for real. You know what I'm saying? So I asked my coworker, I said, so do you really think that he was on the menu because he didn't mess with your friend? So you didn't think you were doing anything wrong. They didn't have no relations, didn't nothing pop off. It wasn't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I asked her, I said, one day she got mad at her husband and she came down to the hood and she was ready for anybody to kick it with, and I know we all know females like that do the revenge sex and everything. She called herself gonna get back at old boy. So she was ready to put herself on the house and set it all out. Some of the other guys, they weren't feeling on their tip. They had past relationships with her. So through process of elimination, only person that was left was old Rico Suave, pretty boy himself. So he ended up being the one that got on the levels with her. He told me the whole spiel, you know what I'm saying? Went back to the hotel with her. They got down and dirty. They did their thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when I asked my coworker, I said, how do you feel about dealing with him after you know how they got down and everything? She tried to argue me up and down that her bestie told her that nothing happened. They only went to the hotel and kissed and all this and that. Now, this female has a whole big old minivan that looked like they probably slept in it a couple of days on their own without no. I said, okay, why the hell would you go pay? Because we know around here, bro, hotel gonna run you $1.
Yeah.
Ever since pandemic and all that stuff, you hear me?
Yeah.
Probably somewhere decent gonna probably run you about $2 at least.
Yeah.
So I said, why would somebody spend $100 or $2 to go in front of a building and kiss? She got a whole van. They could kiss in the car because that was her answer to me. But she said nothing happened. She said they just went to the hotel and they just kissed. Yeah, they kissed while they were naked. they kissed while they were sideways. Right. they kissed before somebody got violated. Right. I'm like, come on, man. So, and then another time when I talked to her, man, I waited. It kind of pulled her off to the side. I was like, hey, you pulled, oh boy, you did that thing. You got that notch on your belt and this and that. And she was like, come on, cut it out. Like I was giving her the business. And after I ran it by about 3 or 4 times, she looked to the side, like she like the raper man pulled up in the white van with no windows, boy. She looked to the side. She slapped my hand so hard. Like she done did that thing. Like, yeah, I pulled that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
I did
that. So my whole thing is this, man. I know your answer for real because you ain't no zip damn fool. She did not believe that her bestie and her boy just went to no hotel and kissed, right?
Nah.
So she just did whatever to get him on her resume because she thought he was just that fly. It had to be.
I don't know if that was the case.
Come on, man. And I can see if she was a female that wasn't getting it in like that, but she got a reputation up at that job, bro. If I wanted to put her on blast, I could name 5 or 6 dudes right off the flip that I know she messed with. So she getting it in. Yeah. So you can't act like turn your freak level down. I mean,
yeah, I don't know, man.
To mess with somebody that you've been around and walking in those doors and seeing every day for the last 10 or 15 years, man. Yeah. You're going to tell me that out of all of these people out here and all of these picks, out of everybody that you can mess with, you got to mess with somebody to mess with your bestie? Come on, bro. We talk about it off the cuff. Some things are off the menu. You hear me? Yeah. I was like, man, if your daughter, you know what I'm saying, is like family to me. We already discussed that I've been knowing you and grew up in the same streets that you grew up in for the last 30, 35 years, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care if she looked at like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. You hear me? Right. Your daughter is not on the menu. Yeah, she ain't on my menu.
Just off limits. Yeah.
Period, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not finna go holler at your wife if me and you can fall out today or tomorrow, man. That's what I'm saying. There's no standards.
Yeah.
I thought what happened to morals and being messy and just I told her, I say, well, I'll tell you this. And I'm not trying to be cliche or nothing. This is exact like I had told her. I say, if that's how you do your best friend, I would hate to be your enemy. And just keeping it 100, man.
Yeah.
Just keeping it all the way 100. Okay, I was gonna ask you this. Okay. when you tell me the first female that come to your mind, who is the poster babe for beauty right about now? If you had to say right,
still came to mind.
That's where I was gonna go. I didn't want to make it too easy for you. I don't know your taste. I ain't know you. Like you might say Mariah Carey. I don't know what the hell you're gonna say. But we know if we had to go typical social media, and we said right now who still hold the crown for being super fine babe beauty, is Halle Berry gonna come up in that discussion.
Right.
So just for the sake of the conversation, we'll say Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Okay, bro. So that's my question. And we know she is one fine bitch.
Right.
Would you snake your brother, your family, your bestie, or anybody just to have Halle Berry on your resume?
Negative. No, negative.
And I mean,
like,
I really had to ask myself
that,
man, because I'm like, bro, that's a fine, and I'm gonna try my best to think of somebody that's my flavor.
They don't exist to me, man. Like once you cross that line, once you over here, I'm not crossing that line. I don't care how fine you are,
bro.
You ain't that fine.
If Chris had Michelle can't make me cheat on my female, then it's not one that's walking the earth. And I just said that because she's definitely one of my personal picks. But
Chris said Michelle finna pull up outside. Say what? Say I can't do what?
Well, we know the next female that I'm finna talk about gonna pull up on you. Your pick, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the notorious MTG.
Notorious.
Oh yeah, this brother don't just look like Alfonso Ribeiro. He like, I know what I'm talking about. Oh, look at my African American over here. You know, I had to slide it in there some kind of way.
You know, niece checked in with us, Kamara.
Oh
yeah.
What's up, Kamara? I love my little niece, man. Kamara, something else. I can't call her my little niece no more because she just hit that big 3-0. But she posting beautiful babies up there, though. I saw that. Treasure and Harmony.
That's
Kamara. Oh, yeah. She don't play with it.
Right on.
Yeah,
so
man.
We had old MTG coming up, huh?
Yeah, man. Old MTG. Before we get out of here, while we still got a little bit of time, man, because man, she is just not on my favorite person list. She will not be getting a Christmas card this year from me. No, man. But it's so funny, man, because I run into females who look like her. But they definitely don't think like her.
Right.
You hear me? Man, usually when I ask young ladies, man, about her, man, they be like, boy, I can't stand her. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in their mind, it's like, how hard can you try to be a real bitch? They're like, boy, she holds the crown. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She recently held a fake town hall meeting where she got booed. I was like, boy, they booed us so hard I was ready to see some tomatoes flying.
Right.
But yeah, man, you know, one of them old organized events where she would try to tell the people what they could and couldn't ask her, checking people's ID to try to make sure they were residents and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a whole setup mission, man. And when it didn't go the way that she wanted it to go, she politely got the people that were protesting escorted up out of there to the point where they were grabbing people up by the collar, choking them out, tasing them, and all kind of stuff, man. And you just see her standing in the background just clapping. You hear me?
Yeah.
And you could just look at the difference in the people's skin color, man. You had some people out there who would just, you know, they all into it with their phone, and then you got other people that look a little bit different that's sitting there just blown away, like wow, man, just in modern day time. And it was so funny because you know, we do fact check and we got receipts around here. We tried to look up the definition of a town hall meeting and inform Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene that she might have been wrong on this one. Those people had every right to ask you everything that they wanted to ask you.
Yeah, at a town hall meeting.
But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? When you can control the media, control the government, you know, and you're one of Donald Trump's favorite KAs, right? You know, and you can figure out what that means if you want. Then you know you feel like you got the right to get on all this old ridiculous stuff that you do.
Yeah.
But here is y'all favorite well, my favorite Caucasian American. I just being a little bit.
Look at it.
I just being a little bit sarcastic when I said that. But here you go. The infamous MTG Marjorie Taylor Greene and her town hall meeting. Roll it.
So blessed to have y'all in the district.
Good. God bless you.
Thank you. Can I take this off? Oh, this is wired. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you to our great police officers. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my town hall. This is a town hall. This is not a political rally. This is not a protest. If you stand up and want to protest, if you want to shout and chant, we will have you removed just like that man was thrown out. We will not tolerate it. This is, let me tell you, this is funded. The Democrats have been rioting. They are the party of violence. They are the party that, go. 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 If you want to listen, you're welcome to listen. Everyone across the aisle. Democrats, Independents, Republicans. This is a good place. You have a lot to learn. And with that, I'll start with our first video. Kayla?
I'll start with our first video.
Yeah. If she was going to do all of that, man, and just have a already put together agenda and just want to say what she was going to say without the people being able to ask any questions, she could have did that on Zoom, posted it online or something.
Right.
I'm like, what was the purpose of having it in person? They probably charged people to get in there or something.
Yeah.
They made some money off of that or something. You hear me? You know how they do the little meet and greet, the little dinners or something.
Yep.
It was something to it, and that's why those people that probably shouldn't have been in there got in there in the first place, and they knew what it was. You hear me?
Yeah,
but what was so funny about it, she say the Democrats and all them are inciting violence because people are there peacefully protesting. Like freedom of speech, I thought protesting was your constitutional right or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. That's what you can do.
And then she say, thanks to the police officers and all that, like they're trying to keep control. But when January the 6th and everything happened and those people that lost their life, that was fake news. People that was there trying to protect the Capitol,
right,
be of service and protect the people who were there peacefully protesting and have the right to let their voice be heard. All those people who lost their life, they didn't get the recognition. The people that damaged and hurt those people got pardoned.
Mm-hmm.
But she's sitting up there talking about how the Democrats are inciting violence. Majority or everybody that was there doing what they did on January 6th, where they're representing Donald Trump or the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So how is it
taking their country back? Yeah.
Right, because I guess Nancy Pelosi or her husband are the ones that stole it.
Right.
Or I guess the officers who died that day, the ones who stole it. So, yeah, they taking their country back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, we looked it up, and, I would like you to go and bless the people with that, what the definition of a town, because this is not a political rally. But when you just talking, if that's the case, then what we used to have in school was a town hall meeting, right? When we just go in the auditorium or a room and sit there and listen to somebody just tell us their life story and give us the business. And
yeah, that's
a lecture. That's assembly.
Yeah. That's a lecture, assembly, a presentation,
motivational speaker.
Yeah,
commencement address. That's something. I don't know what the hell. That's not a town hall meeting.
That's not a town hall.
Marjorie.
Yeah.
But go ahead and drop it on them, bro.
So town hall meetings, also referred to as town halls or town hall forums, or a way for local and national politicians to meet with their constituents, either to hear from them on topics of interest or to discuss specific upcoming legislation or regulation. Wow. And an event at which a politician or public official answers questions from members of the public.
Okay, so when you on that type of scale, man, a town hall meeting is supposed to be basically to help a certain area, right? That's why they call it a town hall.
Yeah, for that, how it affects that town.
That district, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
So shouldn't that be like the mayor or the alderman or something doing a town hall meeting?
Yeah,
she is part of
should
like
be
Trump's
some local,
administration and his cabinet. So what she is doing will be more on a global scale, right? More country based. Why would like Donald Trump? Why would Donald Trump be having a town hall meeting?
They be doing them now, like they try to make it more homey or whatever. But like the political campaigns or whatever, like the ones for president, they was doing town halls in certain towns, like the manufacturing towns.
Yeah. You know, I know how it goes. Like when they do the Democratic convention and all that stuff, they be in Atlanta and they be in different places.
Yeah.
I understand that part of it. But what I'm saying is this female latches on, she makes it no secret. She's MAGA and part of Trump's administration.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you make something like you're itemizing it and making it something small when you know that your rhetoric and decisions that you make affect a lot of people in a whole country?
Mm-hmm.
How can you call something a town hall meeting like you're pinpointing it and you're directing it towards certain people, but you're putting it on social media so everybody can hear it,
right,
and you know that your rhetoric and the people that follow you are going to latch on. So this decision and these comments and everything that you're making are going to affect more than just a small area of people.
Right.
It's going to affect a broad spectrum of people.
Yeah.
So to say that it's a town hall meeting is just garbage from the jump. It's not a town hall meeting.
Right. It's a, like you said, a presentation, political presentation. That's what she came out talking about. Well, you got a lot to learn. Okay.
I'm the best to ever do it. Don't say anything against me. And if you are, get that son of a, get him off the field. I heard you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I don't know, man, about the sound because I can hear not jack rabbit, nothing in my headphones. I can't hear my tone. I don't know if I'm dragging. But, you know, like I said, the show must go on, brother. So we try to give him an hour or something. We'll tweak it once we get off this air and see what we can do to try to make it right. I don't know what the hell was going wrong. I think we was on NT Ninja time. I think we just had too much time today.
Right.
we should have been on it to try to figure it out, but that's okay, man. We still gonna make it do what it do. Right. With that being said, man, that's been our time. 2 weeks, y'all. LeBron Live on the Wednesday. So it's gonna be like 2 shows in one. We're gonna give y'all a little bit of Mikey Justice, but it's gonna be LeBron Live in 2 weeks. Now for Profit gonna be posting soon. Like I said, support, hit that like button, share, whatever you can do. Anything you want to say before we get off the air, bro?
No, man.
All right.
Looking forward to that live LeBron.
Yes, sir. That should be fun. But with that being said, I'm your boy Mikey Justice. That's my main field, and that's been our time. We out. Peace.